I never imagined that gasping for air in front of 7 men in suits would be the moment that changed everything. At 43, I was one of the top executives at a major investment bank. I worked 14-hour days. Spent weekends in the office. Vacations? Cancelled. Birthdays? Postponed. My life revolved around numbers, deals, and deadlines. Then, during a routine presentation, everything went black. My heart pounded. My hands trembled. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was dying. It wasn't a heart attack. It was burnout. And according to the doctor, it wasn't just a warning, it was a final one. In response, the company brought in a wellness consultant to help me find balance. I rolled my eyes. Balance? I didn't need balance. I needed time. And I certainly didn't want to waste it with a therapist. She arrived the following week. Calm. Grounded. Steady. Hi, Amanda. I'm Maya. I don't have much time, I warned her. Then tell me quickly, when was the last time you did something just for pleasure? Her question caught me off guard. I had no answer. Work had blurred with identity. Pleasure had become a luxury I no longer recognized. Over the following weeks, Maya introduced breathing exercises, meditation, scheduled breaks. I went through the motions. But truthfully, I was irritated. I felt exposed. Weak. Foolish. Close your eyes, she'd say. Don't force anything. Just exist. But my mind didn't know how to be still. Then one day, after I'd abruptly walked out of a session, she looked at me and said gently, "Have compassion for yourself, Amanda. You've spent a lifetime being trained to perform. Relearning how to just be takes time." Her words sat with me in a way spreadsheets never could. The next week, she suggested we meet somewhere different. No office. No walls. No fluorescent light, she said. Let's go for a walk. You need to learn how to see again. See what? What's beyond your control? We walked through a nearby park I didn't even know existed. It was just 2 blocks from the bank. We said very little, but I saw so much. A couple sharing ice cream. A father holding his daughter's bike as she wobbled forward. Someone reading under a tree. And then I looked up. The sky. Vast. Open. Still there, even when I wasn't looking. I felt a lump in my throat. "Thank you," I whispered. "For what?" she asked. "For reminding me there's life beyond my calendar." She smiled. And in that moment, it wasn't just gratitude I felt. It was longing. But I kept it buried for a while. Our sessions grew more personal. We meditated. Talked about fear, self-worth, control. One day, Maya shared her own story, leaving the corporate world behind. It was difficult, she said. But eventually, I couldn't find meaning in it anymore. I needed something that let me sleep in peace. And did you find it? I found peace, she said. When I stopped living by logic alone. That's when I found balance. Her words hit something raw inside me. I looked away. This connection, whatever it was, felt wrong. Or rather, unacceptable. It wasn't logical. It wasn't safe. And yet, I couldn't stop thinking about her. The next week, I asked if we could meet at a cafe instead of the office. Our conversation turned to relationships. "Amanda," she asked gently, "have you ever allowed yourself to be vulnerable in front of someone? Truly vulnerable?" I looked at her, this woman who, in just 2 months, knew me better than most people ever had. "I'm being vulnerable right now," I admitted. "And it terrifies me. I think that's why I fought this process so hard, because accepting it meant admitting I wasn't in control." She leaned in slowly. "Why does that scare you?" "Because with you, I'm not the perfect executive. I'm someone I don't recognize. And that's terrifying." Her voice softened. "That version of you is worthy too. She deserves to be seen. To be loved exactly as she is." I froze. Then I leaned forward. A kiss. Tentative. Soft. But everything inside me shattered in the best possible way. After that, I panicked. I buried myself in work again. Rescheduled sessions. Ignored messages. But nothing filled the emptiness, because now I knew. There was more waiting for me outside the glass tower I had built around my life. 6 months later, I quit. I became an independent consultant. I set my own schedule. I learned to cook. I practiced mindfulness without being told to. And Maya? After avoiding her for weeks, I officially ended the wellness program and invited her to dinner. Now we live together. She reminds me every single day that the best investment I've ever made was in myself. Who would have thought my greatest awakening would begin with a panic attack?